Right, Islam, Islam. Peace and love, peace and love. Gratitude to those who have joined. Islam, Islam, Islam. Peace and love, peace and love. Y'all know who I am, I hope. If you don't, I am Sister Zara Bay of CalifaMedia.com, MercyCharities.com, and a few other places. Just coming on real quick to give some updates and a couple of announcements, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Again, thank you all who have joined and those who will show up later. Um, so I have my notes because why? I respect your time. So I'm coming on today just to give a few updates and announcements about the Sisters Auxiliaries Sacrifice Week, right? Because I don't know about y'all, but I'm trying to normalize Moorish. We actually have stuff. We have like traditions and a culture, you know, that's specific and particular to our people here in the Americas. And you know, I'm one who like I'll set up a party and I'll start dancing and all are welcome to join. And until people join, I'm gonna keep on dancing, right? Because somebody got to keep it alive for the younger generations until they eventually pick it up. And y'all want to be shown up by the youngsters. They more dedicated to our stuff than their parents, really? Okay, whatever. That's fine too. Anyway, you know, I'm a strong proponent of the application of shame because I don't believe there's enough of it in the world. So I came in today just to give a quick update on Sacrifice Week because we had our sisters, my temple, because I'm a member of a temple. I don't just talk about it, I be about it. And I think part of being a sincere Moor includes being a member of a legitimate, at least sincere temple. Whatever legitimate means, that's political, right? That can be addressed, but as long as you're sincere, at least you got a good start, right? So anyway, we had our sisters auxiliary meeting, and no, I'm not telling you what we said because that I consider that an ADEP meeting, and you're not supposed to let people know what happened in the ADEP meeting if they weren't there. Make your meetings. It's not hidden. Just make your meetings, right? So we were talking about the pre-orders, and it came up that and this is not saying what happened in the meeting, but it's just some considerations that we agreed to share. So some considerations were that we've been like, beating the drum of, hey, we got our own stuff. We got a holiday coming up, right? And it happens to fall in line with the secular holiday of Women's History Month and I think it's International Women's Day or International Day of the Woman. And I think there might be a week. And then of course there's our holiday starts on March 17th, which is St. Patrick's Day, right? So it's just amazing that all of this stuff is centered around a holiday that the prophet set up or actually set up to be run by the Moorish sisters, not necessarily celebrating the Moorish sisters. That's really interesting because I guess Mother's Day is to celebrate the mothers, but dang, this is a holiday when the mother's supposed to be, showing out, showing up and showing out, right? You know what they're saying. So anyway, we have some gift sets. I don't want to call them packages because that's such a, stigmatized word within the Moorish community. So we have some gift sets available right now because we're trying to raise money to do stuff, right? We're working with Mercy Charities. If you don't see it, there's a fundraiser at the bottom. All the money raised by Mercy Charities for the month of March goes to help the Sisters Auxiliary. So if you'd like to contribute that way, please do, right? Any amount is appreciated. But yeah, so we're raising money. I don't know what they want to do, but one of my intentions, since we have a charity, a legitimate charity that's set up to receive like grants and funds, right? And it's not of the temple, but it works in conjunction with the temple, right? Islam. And what I want to do, I want to set up a children's home. I want to go get our babies out the system, right? The adults don't want it. The children are open to pretty much anything. There are children, I think we should give them our stuff. How about we just go get them? Everybody else seems to be getting them and using them as human shields. That's what I see them all as. Because I lived in California for a minute and I saw I lived in a pretty well-to-do neighborhood. And it was amazing how many people had brown babies. And then I looked into it and I'm like, I see why you did that. Right. Good for you. You got a baby out the system and into a real home. Allah willing, it was a better situation, but I ain't stupid. That kind of thing. But anyway, so we've set up gift sets to raise money for our necessity fund. It's a necessity fund, right? What's a necessity fund? I'll get into that. All right. So this event, Sacrifice Week, starts tomorrow, March 7th, Friday, March 17th, Islam. And it goes until Wednesday, March 29th. Why our elders chose to call something that's 13 days long week, I don't know. Right. We're looking into it because I came up in the meeting. It's like, I don't know. Yeah, I know. I'm the one. It was my idea to celebrate it. I don't know why they did that. We need to do our research because a lot of our stuff was like intentionally hidden. But the fact that it's 13 days and called a week, I want to find out. I'm willing to do that work. And I'll get into that. So please just hold on a minute. Islam. So, So I'm looking at my notes if I look down. So it starts tomorrow and it goes for 13 days from March 17th to March 29th. Some of our initiatives, because we're active, right? What happens when the sleeping woman wakes? Islam. Yeah, we're trying to see if that statement holds true, right? We trying to see if that's a fact or prove it's a fact. How about that? When a sleeping woman works, the whole world shakes. Yeah. So our initiatives, we got the gift items, right? Do I want to show those right now? Yes, I do. So we have gift items, all right? For Sacrifice Week, the sisters have been tasked, where did that come from? A dictate that we were left by our prophet. I'm showing it on Instagram and I'm showing it on YouTube. This is a dictate, all right? If you want more information on this, because I know it's a little bitty magnet. It's not that little, but it's a magnet. You can see the detailed up-close version on CalifaMedia.com. It has a big old poster about the Sisters Auxiliary. Click on it. You see all the information, right? But anyway, we were left with addicted to sell or collect money for our the Sisters Auxiliaries Necessity Fund. And in exchange for, I'm not saying we're selling them, in exchange for these pens. Oh. All right. And this pen is designed in accordance with and to the instructions left by the prophet. All right. There's another version, but I'm not going to get into that right now. But yeah, this one is designed. Hey, that's my interpretation. Other temples might have another interpretation. Good for you for interpreting and actually coming up with something. So our first gift set is the let me back up. So our initiative for this Sacrifice Week of 2023, our theme is the triune God, Allah. All right. And that's Islam. There's 7 people. Or there were, now I dropped to 6. Whatever, Islam to those who see this later. So the triune God of what is it? Thought, might, and love. So our thought set, and I'm not trying to turn this into a commercial because I got some other stuff to talk about. The thought set is the pen. You get the pen, for tag day. The tag, actually it's called the tag for tag day, Islam. And with that tag, you also get a magnet to remind you what the tag is about, right? You see how big the magnet is. And I'm wearing it. I have one on right now. And you also get a thank you card, Islam. This is an extremely rough draft, right? Only if you order a package will you see the final version, or if the people who order the final version, all you got to do is order the tag and you get the magnet and the card. If they post a picture, then you'll see it. Otherwise, this is what it looks like right now. All right. Extremely, extremely rough draft. All made in-house because I have a printer shop in my living room. So yeah, it's all made in-house by Califa Media. All right. So for the might package, or it's the might, thought, and love. So the might package is just the enamel pen, right? Hard enamel pen. Pretty. It's really pretty. I love it. And then the thought package, which makes sense. You get the pen, the card, the magnet, and you also get, as part of the thought package, a keepsake edition of the Sisters Auxiliary Guidebook. All right, issued by Moorish Science Temple, Soul Temple number 27, their Sisters Auxiliary, of which I am a member. So this is a keepsake edition for their temple. If you are a part of a temple and you have sisters who would like to be a part of this next year, please get up with Califa Media, and I will gladly open this up to any temple that has a Sisters Auxiliary. So this is how we make history, right? What you leaving for the next generation? How many generations you trying to affect? Books last a lot longer than TikToks and Instagram posts, right? So that's why I do this. And then our love package. All right, you get all that, right? You get, let's go through it again. What do I do with the pen? Okay, you get the pen. I'm not trying to make this a commercial because I got some other stuff to cover. You get the pen. You get the magnet to remind you what the pen is about. You get a thank you card, extremely rough draft. You get the book, right? This part, so you get everything, the might and the thought package, and it all goes inside of a lovely keepsake tote bag, in which is amazing. Praise Allah. Yeah, no, of course, the book fits like perfectly within it. All right, so you get all that, and it's all covered on CalifaMedia.com, MoorishAmericans.org, and Mercy Charities, MRCI Charities.org. And again, if you don't want a package, you can donate $1 to Mercy, the fundraiser at the bottom of this live, if you're on Instagram. And all the money collected by Mercy Charity is going to the Sisters Auxiliary this month. All right. So why are we doing this? All right. Before I cover that, actually, I am going to cover it. In addition to the gift sets we also have conversations with Moorish mothers. All right. So who are these sisters doing this? It's not just me. I promise you. It's you. For the last 10 years, it's been just me. And right when I was about to turn away from salvation, some sisters got up with me talking about, we found your book and we set up a Sisters Auxiliary. You want to join? Heck yeah. Let me see what I can do to help y'all. Right. So I'll be having conversations with those sisters. And this is going to be interesting because this population, of course, is 5 of us. All right, including me, there's 5 of us. Okay. The ages are from, the youngest one is still a teenager, and then I'm the oldest in my 40s. Okay. So we got teenagers, 20s, 30s, and 40s. That's a good population, right? And it's 5 of us again. And then 2 of us are married, 3 of us are not. 2.5 of us are mothers. I'm gonna leave it at that. 2.5 of us are mothers, and then 2 of us are not. Do you understand that this kind of like, I don't want to give them any shout outs or credit or whatever, kind of like the View Moorish version, right? So it's gonna be interesting. Okay. And I work with them because I finally found some people I can actually work with, because most folks can't keep up. So Islam to those sisters. All right. Let's see. So we're having conversations with Moorish mothers, right? And those conversations will be beginning tomorrow, the first day of Sacrifice Week, at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. All right. And the next ones will be on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. So it's a total of 4 conversations that will cover the entirety of Sacrifice Week. And the conversations will be held on Wednesdays and Fridays. Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern. Look for the posts and the posters that come out to remind you of all of this. Don't worry, I will keep you abreast. Don't worry. Reminders will be going out because you're dealing with mothers, Islam. All All right. Strong nations are built by educated, pushy mothers. I want to quote that, credit that to what was that? Psychology Today. I think that's where I read it. Anyway, so some of the topics we'll be covering, and I forgot the order, so please forgive me. Some of the topics we'll be covering are Polygyny for the Modern Moor Part 2, right? Because we got such a great response. And I went in talking about this, what the sisters, why we should be getting down with it more. But I was getting emails and comments from the brothers to mount. So what do I need to do to be a worthy candidate for that? Well, thank you for asking. I appreciate you for asking and instead of trying to be like, yeah, I'm gonna try to run some game and trick some women into my home. No, you actually came to a sister and it was like, how can I do this legitimately? And we'll be discussing that. As someone who's been invited into, I think, 3 polygynous households to date. I think it's 3. It might be more. It's at least 3. I got some input on how brothers can make it work, or how they can make it hard, make an offer that the sister can't refuse. There we go. All right. And no, it's not just my personal opinion. All right. It's just, okay, I heard some other sisters say something, and then I see what you mean. That kind of thing. So the other conversation will be left behind, Moorish women and the Moorish and that divine and national movement. Yes, I said that. Left behind, Moorish women and the Moorish divine and national movement. I say that because it's funny. This is the continue. It's funny. Mars is in Gemini right now. Mars, do it. Gemini twice. So the first conversation I think we're going to be having, or one of the conversations, is part 2 of polygyny. The other conversation is part 2 of why aren't more Moorish women in the temple? And my opinion is, my suggestion is, skip them, leave them behind, and we're going to discuss it. All right. Anyway, another conversation is, what are Tag Day and Salvation Week? And we'll be answering that with the 5 W's: what, when, where, who, and why, with 5 W's, 5 women. It was like, are you kidding me? Allah is the greatest, right? So yeah, what is Tag Day and what is Salvation Week? Answering the 5 W's with 5 W's. And then the last discussion will be after, if you've attended all of those, or if you've listened to any of them, open discussion, right? Now that you've heard our spiel, our take on this whole thing, got any questions, comments, suggestions, right? Input, all that stuff. Or if you just want to learn more, because it'll be an open discussion, so you're welcome to join in and speak. All right. So that's that, right? How long I've been on here, I have no idea. But before I go, I just want to cover one more thing. Peace, Moreno Bay on YouTube, and peace in Islam, and gratitude to everybody who stepped in. And I'm about to wrap this up, but I'm like, yeah, I came on for that. But since I got y'all here, what y'all think about this bank crash thing? It's deja vu. All right. I find it absolutely hilarious, but I'm a Gemini, so it's like most things are funny to me. All right. Anyway, I find it absolutely hilarious because I'm like, y'all just really don't do your history, do you? I have a degree in history, and I'm just like, hello, what happened 100 years ago? Like right around 100 years ago right now. You were being set up for your whole banking system to crash. Why did that happen? What was going on right around that time? It was a Moorish quickening. What's going on right now? I'm just saying, because people give Europeans too much credit. They don't give Allah nearly enough credit. Allah sent a bunch of men or a bunch of people here to tell us time and time again, I have a plan, follow it. It's written. Just follow it and don't waver, don't doubt, don't believe your eyes, that kind of thing. And we got a whole thing on census coming out in a minute, because it's all going to end up back in your hands anyway, right? And it's just like, if you had no faith before, you better have some faith now, right? That kind of thing. And then so the one, because I follow this stuff, because I'm like, I love following, like, what are these people terrified of today? Because I am going to push that knife in a little deeper if I can, that kind of thing. Or at least be like, okay, if you're in my face, I know what to say to get you out my face. So what are you afraid of today? Not this week, not this month, today, right? I just find it so hilarious. So anyway, on top of this Silicon Valley thing, because a bunch of banks crashed before it, and then a bunch of banks crashing after it, right? Because they're not telling you about the stuff international. You need to go do your own research, right? Right on the heels of that, this bank, the one that's making all the headlines, is based in San Francisco. Here comes San Francisco talking about, hey, Black people, we got a deal for you. I'm like, here we go. So this is how we know it's a lie. If it was like it's the Illuminati. Who else is it? Who else is it? I don't know. It's the Masons. I don't know. Name. It's the Bilderbergers, right? Name now, right? How do you know? Because then they try, it's not them because they start trying to make deals with folks. So your biggest bank crashes. It's the second biggest bank crash in the history of this country. Your bank crashes, right? Next thing you know, right on the heels of that, they talk about, oh, we've been talking about this. Of course you have. Sure. Right. Yeah. Anyway, here comes this deal. I don't know if you've heard about it from San Francisco, the same city that this crash happened in, or that the bank there was headquartered. San Francisco is where this bank that crashed is headquartered. Here's the offer they made to Black people on the heels of that. If you have been Black, if you have identified as Black for at least the last 10 years, I don't have to go into why they had to put that in there, do I? Because people out here identifying as cats and dogs when it's convenient. So they had to put that part in there. If you've identified as Black for at least the last 10 years and have lived in the city of San Francisco since this date, or were denied access to housing in San Francisco since this date, we got this for you. $5 million off bat if you're over 18, not per family, per individual. $5 million off the top. $97,000 guaranteed income per year for the next 250 years. Are you kidding me? Why? And it's like, what is $97,000 going to be? You act like you're going to be here in 250 years, right? And what would that $97,000 be worth in 250 years anyway? But the fact that you offering that for 250 years, I don't know if that's 7 generations. I don't think it is. But I appreciate the number you chose. On top of that, debt forgiveness, all debt forgiveness. I'm like, I don't know how y'all, you just going to tell them, give me your social security number and I'm going to pay all that off for you? I'm going to make it disappear? Okay. All debt forgiveness, no more tax liability. And this includes for your 250 years, for your descendants. And then on top of that, in the city of San Francisco, I don't know if you know how expensive the real estate is, $1 houses. All you have to do to get all this is say you Black. You be a sucker if you want to and take, I love telling people, they offering you crumbs when the whole cake is yours. Not just the cake, the bakery, the field, the land, the whole thing is yours. And they offering you a morsel. Wait a minute, don't I have that written down? Hadith number 209. Sister A. Brown L. of Temple 4 and 25 said that the Holy Prophet said, some of you Moors are going to throw away your name just for a morsel of bread. Again, when the loaf, the bakery, the field, and the land, where it's all of this is going on, is yours. Anyway, please support the Moorish National Sisters Auxiliary this upcoming sacrifice week. We're going to be on here talking Fridays and Wednesdays. Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern, right before Temple, because we have been instructed to actually be like, hey, Moors, you're supposed to be buying these before Temple. If you don't believe me, go read it. It's on CalifaMedia.com. We are adhering and being faithful to what our prophet left us. And as far as me, it's working wonders in my life, right? Islam to that. Oh, yeah. And don't forget, when you order from Califa Media, Moors are so generous. It can't just be what you ordered. I have a Cricut again. So I love making stickers. Stickers. Moore's got stuff, right? And of course, had to come out with the fez, right? And FYI, this is about to be a keychain coming soon. I think I only ordered 10 of them, so if you want them, you better get them soon. It's only 10 of them. And of course, we got stickers. Love stickers. Moore's got stuff. And with that, Islam Wars, thank you for your time. Gratitude for joining. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace and love. Tell your friends. Bye-bye.